Today we have two songs that demonstrate how evil can be removed in reverse music. Both of these songs, Hotel California, by the Eagles, and Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, have previously been reported as having evil messages in them. However, Ryan's version has removed the evil with the help of the angels, and made them a lesson from God. We also have a dream transcription that he translated called The Ladder of Spirituality. All three are very important lessons from God and the angels, on spiritual evolution. Before we continue, we would like to feature a dream transcription Ryan did back in 2007, that is called The Ladder of Spirituality, which explains spiritual evolution. Dream interpretation: The Ladder of Spirituality. April 19, 2007. Dream by Terry. I found myself backstage at a show that I was to be a part of. I looked into the many suitcases that I had with me, to try to find the right costumes to match the dances I was to do. I was worried because the show had started and it seemed that I left part of my stuff at home. When I went to put on my dance tights, they were too large and baggy. Then the scene changed and I was suspended in mid-air, on a very long ladder that wasn't made properly, over a valley that was far below. The ladder was fashioned from various logs, and tree branches like it, were homemade. Many of the rungs were oddly shaped and crooked. Many were missing, or too far apart. There was no way that I could climb down this ladder, nor do I feel it would even reach the valley at the bottom. I stopped on the ladder, and went no further. In fact, I had the feeling that it wasn't connected to the top either, for it disappeared into the clouds. Then Terry said, "Dear God, Jesus and the angels, I still have some questions about how we are reborn in reincarnation, and how evil is removed from our souls. I am also still confused about why some people are born into suffering, and if we are cleaned of evil from when we are reincarnated, then why are they reborn into suffering? Also, where does the evil go that is removed from our soul, and how can it affect humanity? Lastly, if we are reborn without evil, then why do we still have hereditary genes that can cause us disease in the future?" Ryan also had a question about the genes of life, and this is an important question. Genes are synchronized with your physical life, and also synchronized with your soul. When you don't have religion, then you have evil that is dormant in you, and it will surface when you experience emotional evil. When you don't have spirituality, evil will surface in your genes physically, and when you experience religious evil, evil will attach itself to the genes of your soul. These genes can affect you hereditarily in the future if they are not purged from your soul. Each reaction causes a series of chemical reactions in your soul. The reactions that are evil cause evil evolution unless they have been through reversal. In reincarnation, our soul is spiritually reborn. The evil that was removed in reincarnation is still there with the genes of life and can be reactivated in the future with evil. When they are purged, they cannot be reactivated unless your soul experiences more evil evolution. So that is why religion helps to prevent you from evolving in evil. Ryan has made some beautiful examples of reversal of evil in this religion of God. And many of you experienced divine emotion. This caused a reaction in your spirituality and your soul. So you have reversed some evil within your genetic structure. So evil is purged with the divine emotions of a religious life. When the soul is reborn in the flesh, you are born into innocence, and your soul is at the level of spirituality when you left. The evil that is released is the evil that you can experience in the future in your life, that can affect you physically and spiritually, for evil events always affect the future and cause much pain and suffering. So you have to find a way to not let this evil be reborn in you. Evil cannot be dormant in heaven. It has to be reversed through religion and spirituality. So it depends on how much evil is dormant in your genetic structure, that affects the level you are reborn to. You can be reborn at a lower level, if you devolve spiritually but not religiously. When humans and some animals, at the top of the ladder, devolve religiously, they are usually reborn into the same level, but their soul is attracted to an area of physical suffering. That is why there are so many people in this world that are suffering. The result of evolution of evil manifests itself in our genes to the level of evil and confusion of its spiritual evolution. Evil seeks out evil, and will manifest itself in the form that is attracting it. So Ryan, if you are human, your soul has reached a level of spirituality that is capable of going to heaven. And some animal species have reached this level as well. But you can always go back a level if you devolve spiritually. So all of the actions that we take in our lifetime can affect our spiritual evolution, and they become part of our genetic structure. There has to be a very good reason that we go back a level. If we don't care for people, and do not have a genuine care of life, then we can devolve spiritually. With spiritual evolution, we are moved to a different level on the creation scale, until we reach the level that we can learn religion to be accepted in heaven. So this is God's secret of creation, and you have received it from heaven. And every creature of God has a soul that exists forever. Our souls are a compilation of every good experience that we are able to tap into when we go to heaven. Through them we are able to experience all of God's creations, with the spiritual understanding that you will have when you get to heaven. So in heaven, there is never a boring time, as our soul can relive any experience. Going back to Terry's dream, Ryan wrote, April 26, 2007. Hi everyone. Here is another good example for learning the dream transcriptions and more about spirituality as well. I like this transcription very much. Terry had a dream of a show she was in. This show was a symbol of a life in religion. The costumes and the suitcases were a symbol of the changes in the personalities that we have, and we have a problem if one isn't complete. So how can you complete a personality? She has to have faith that the others will help her. Devotion is a personal mission that some of us have to learn how to evolve in. The dances are the actions we take in this religion, and each of them are different. So when we feel the personality doesn't fit, then the action can be affected here, even when we are seeking the direction of God. So how do you get these clothes to fit you properly? You have to have a change in personality, or you will need to make some changes in your life to make them fit. We always go through many changes of personality in life, and we must leave the bad ones behind forever. If we don't do this, then we will have multiple personalities. So where do we get all these personalities? Your soul has all of its personalities from the past, from each of your previous reincarnations. So they will often resurface when there is some evil drawing them. Especially from the confusion of emotional evil. So we have to find a way to prevent this, and we shall have to be aware when this starts to happen. Your personality has spiritual evolution when it is changing, as you are helping other people. When we go in a positive direction, we refuse to revert to an evil personality of the past. Then we are moving in the direction of God. We change our personalities with religion, and we begin to evolve in life. We must never revert back to an evil personality if we want to evolve positively. If we are experiencing emotional problems in life, then we know we are reverting to a personality that we want to leave behind. Then we will need a reversal of evil. If we have a change of personality regularly, then we are counting on previous transgressions of evil to get us through the current lifetime. When you regress in evil, you will regress in spiritual evolution. When there is a regress in spiritual evolution, you will begin to have experiences of emotional evil. And you will begin to regress from the emotions of God. And you can feel emotions of spiritual persecution, which is a form of religious evil. And then you will never evolve religiously in your current life. This results in personal dedication without a mission, for this devotion has to be in God. So if you have a personality that is devoted to God, you can move up on the ladder of spirituality. When you devote yourself to religion, then you are getting closer to heaven. This is the second part of the vision of the suspended ladder. We will reverse in reasoning here. This valley is not really a valley, but a hill of religion, and the ladder is touching the top of this hill. These steps are the progression of these personalities, and they should not be bent and crooked. For you need them to get to the next level. And these rungs that are missing are the corrupted personalities that exist in your soul. And you have to step over them to get onto a rung that will hold all your weight as you grow spiritually. Carrie's emotions had fear of going back down, and she didn't know how far this ladder extended, and if it reached heaven. And when we feel these emotions, then we know God is trying to give you direction. He does not want you to think that you cannot make it to heaven. And you will not fall off this ladder if you have God holding up this ladder to heaven. So how does God make this ladder of spirituality? He uses the branches from the tree of life. He will never use a crooked branch for the ladder of spirituality. The crooked ones, that are cut by the angels, are thrown back into the evil of creation. They will use only branches that are straight, and bring them to the mountain of religion. And God will pick them up, and make sure this ladder uses materials of strong construction. And if there are rungs that are missing, He will spread them evenly so it will never affect the eternal strength of it. He is very good at measuring the exact distance each of us are capable of reaching. When we climb up the ladder, He will never put the rungs too far apart, so we will not be able to go to heaven. It's a special collection of branches that always hold the ladder together, and you will see that there is no confusion, while you advance towards heaven. He always wants you to advance in a spiritual life, and He will support you on your way there. As long as you take His direction, and you want to make changes, He will help you to step over a life of evil. And that is a mission of God's existence. So this next song, Stairway to Heaven, has a remarkable forward message, and a clear and credible spiritual message in reverse. We have left the words up during the instrumentals for the lyrics to the forward version, and Ryan has added his captions to the reverse parts.
That completes this presentation. To hear more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or visit our website at theangelscrolls.com.